MJ Clemenco here. Tonight I'd like to talk a little bit more about marriage. Well, actually I could talk a lot more about marriage, but for this clip, what I'd like to discuss are surprises. Specifically surprises where one of you accepts an invitation from someone without talking first to your partner, or you invite someone over or make plans to do something with other people without talking it over first. And it may seem really simple and easy in the sense that, let's say you're leaving work and your buddy says, hey, come over to my house tonight, Monday Night Football. It's going to be a great game, and we can barbecue something and we can all eat. Bring your wife, bring the kids, it'll be fun. And you say, well, sure, that sounds like a great idea. And what you're thinking is, oh, good, uh, we won't have to cook at home, and that'll be nice. And the women can watch football, or they can talk, or they can do what they want. And that can be reversed too. I mean, the same thing can happen with a woman where she's at home or she's leaving work, and a girlfriend says, gee, come over to our house because we're going to swim in our pool tonight. It's really warm and it'll be fun. And you say, oh, great, okay. Thinking, well, my partner will love taking a dip. They have a nice pool and that'll be fun. The problem is you have absolutely no idea what the other person is planning for that evening or that day or that weekend. And it seems harmless, and most of the time it is. But sometimes the other person has already thought of doing something in a certain way or planned something or anticipates something. And what you have accepted with another party is not in the scheme of things. And so then what happens is you go home and you announce the plan to your partner, and your partner gets angry or gets defensive. And then you get defensive and you get angry because it was so simple and it's going to be so much fun. I think what's at the basis of all of this is people don't like surprises. They don't like change and they don't like surprises. So if you just say to your friend, that sounds like a great idea, but let me check with so-and-so first and I'll get back to you. And if you can call that person, that's great. But don't do it in front of the person that's extending the invitation. You don't ever want to put your partner on the spot. You want to be able to have a conversation with your partner where they don't feel embarrassed. So if they had something else in mind and they want to say no, then you can have a discussion about it. Maybe it's something that your partner just doesn't care to attend and you want to go and it's okay with both of you, and so that happens. Maybe your partner was planning something else and you'd forgotten that, or you'd forgotten that that morning when you both went to work you'd agreed to barbecue at home, or who knows. Again, it can be a million things, but the argument is always the same. So different topics, same argument. We didn't plan that together. Now you're surprising me at the last minute with it. I don't like surprises, although you won't say that. What you'll say is, you didn't talk to me about that and I don't want to do it. Or, I hate those people, I don't want to go. Or, we already decided we were going to stay home tonight. Or we decided we were going to watch Monday Night Football together at home. All of that can be eliminated if you just take the time to make a quick phone call out of earshot of the person who's extending the invitation. Couples do this to each other all the time. And it would be easy to just say to the other person, that sounds like a great idea, but I don't know what we have planned for tonight. I'm not sure if I remember, and let me just go make a phone call and I'll get back to you. And if your partner says no and either reminds you of something that you've already decided to do, or there's just another reason for a no, you can go back to the person extending the invitation and say, well, we really can't do that tonight, but let's plan something for next week. Now, and the other person will, of course, say, oh, sure, that's fine. If your partner never wants to do anything with your friends or your family, that's something different, and that's a problem. What has to be done for a situation like that is you have to find out what's at the bottom of that. What's going on that you do things with your partner, whether it's visit his or her family or his or her friends, and they don't ever want to do anything with your friends or your family. There's some resentment, there's some other problem. And that can be that there's some anger or resentment simmering over something completely differently, but it's a very passive aggressive way to get your partner. Just don't do anything they want to do, but then tell them you have a headache, or tell them that, yeah, I don't know, you have to do the laundry. Instead of, and what they notice is that you never want to do anything with them that they want to do. If there's a problem, you need to figure it out. Your partner needs to figure it out. And that's when you need to sit down and have a fair fight. If your partner doesn't want to sit down and have a fair fight, then what you need to do is wait. But during the waiting time, you don't act as if nothing's going on. You don't get defensive. You don't yammer on about what they did or what they don't do. But you do say, well, when you're ready to talk about it, then I'd like to talk about it. But until then, okay, fine. And so then the next time your partner talks to you or says something to you, your answer is, well, wait a minute, you didn't want to talk to me about this thing, whatever it is, that's important to me. So I don't want to talk until you're ready to do that. Yes, this can result in a day of ignoring each other, or what gets called the frost treatment. Yes, it can. But if you just don't get angry and don't get defensive, what will happen is your partner will eventually say, okay, let's talk about it. And then that's when you do mirroring, which is part of fair fighting. You own the problem as your problem, which is part of fair fighting, with the expectation that your partner wants to help you solve your problem. So that's something that does cause a lot of upset with couples, because they surprise each other when all they need to do is ask. And like I said, if there's always a no, then there's a deeper problem, and that needs to be resolved. Until next time, good night.